Come along with us as we travel to the Bisti Valley of Dreams, a surreal, highly remote badland area of northwestern New Mexico, often associated with the neighboring Bisti De-Na-Zin Wilderness. It's famous for its hoodoos, petrified wood, and rich fossil deposits that are shaped by wind and water over many years. So as we are driving along this 2-track dirt road, we come across some horses. We're not sure if they're wild or just free range, but it was something unexpected. So we wanted to capture how truly remote this area is. It's like 25 miles from the closest town. And as you're driving, you're wondering, are we headed in the right direction or aren't we? And kind of second guessing yourself and questioning. Some of the roads had bad washboards on them. And as you can see here, we're now down to like a 2-track type road. And this is why it's so important that if there's any kind of inclement weather, you wouldn't try to make the trek out to do the Valley of Dreams, because you would be very likely to get stuck. Definitely do need a high clearance vehicle out here in this very vast, deserted area. This was our first wrong turn, but we thought we would capture the landscape here. We've made it to the right parking lot, which is actually just an open field, and now we get to start our trek to see the Valley of Dreams. So the area has 3 distinct sections, and the trails are super informal and made of uniform clay hills that make it hard to keep track of where you're at and get disoriented. So this is where it's really important to download an app of some kind that you can view offline, because the reception there, the cell service is spotty, and you don't want to rely on it and then get turned around and not be able to find your way out.
Just wanted to take a minute explaining what a hoodoo actually is. A hoodoo is actually a spire or a tower of rock. It's caused when soft rock erodes away, leaving harder rock on the top. It can often look like a mushroom shape. They start off as large areas where the center erodes, creates an arch, and then the arch collapses, which leaves this, what people call a hoodoo, or a tower of rock.
Well, if you were ever told as a kid, don't climb on that, get down from this, you won't hear that here at this place. You can climb over and around and on top of everything that's here. It's an absolute blast, and it's amazing to see how different each section was. It was amazing to see how many groups of horses there were out roaming free, and some with their newborn colts.
as we walked along out here hiking, you just couldn't help but think, this doesn't even seem like our earth that we're walking on. It's just so unique. What a truly incredible place. The variations just never end. Just so enjoyable.
Yep, that hand reach was me as I was trying to climb with one hand and video with the other, and just needed to catch my balance. It was easy to lose track of each other, one being on one side and one being on the other, so there was my Ken sighting.
It seemed like the further we walked away from the truck through these 3 different areas, the better and the bigger everything got. It was just seemed to grow and just kept your curiosity of what was next. And as we worked up to this last area that we explored, it was just, you can't even really describe it. It's just so cool and unique, and we just really enjoyed it. We probably took over 100 pictures each. Plus Laurel took a lot of these videos. Can't say enough about it. Yeah, you have to go check it out someday.
Okay.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my goodness. You guys would not believe it. We just came back out of the Valley of Dreams, and it was, whoa! We walked for hours and hours and miles and miles and miles. We finally
Well, not really miles and miles and miles.
We finally saw 2 other people, but we were out there by ourselves. We're gonna put up a bunch of pictures and videos and stuff. It's the most exciting thing I've ever seen with my own eyes, other than Laurel.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
And I felt like a little kid. I remember telling Laurel, this is like cowboy shit. I grew up watching those movies with the rock formations, and we've seen those. this is totally different. I can't believe everybody's not here. It's hard to find. It's
really
rough.
hard to find. Yeah, you have to go down some two track
Skipped.
type roads that are they tell you to have a high clearance vehicle. The furthest out that we walked was probably between 2 and 2.5 miles, and the walk back. So
but we were on
it wasn't bad.
2 tracks where we were down to like 2 miles an hour, and it was still rough, and the truck was bouncing around.
And we went to 2 wrong places before we found the right place.
Yes.
So shout out to All Trails. If you guys are thinking about doing anything in Bisti, download the maps from the All Trails. It was spot on. And they warned us that you might not have Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, but cell service. I did have cell service for a while, but we ended up just putting it on airplane mode, just to be safe, so that we could follow the downloaded map, which, like I said, was spot on. So I can't say enough about All Trails. We had bought the premium subscription, and as of today, it has paid for itself
100 times
so,
over.
Yeah, great day.
Absolutely, just breathtaking. It's truly breathtaking. That creation out there is, and from where we stand here, you look out and you go, there's nothing out there. And then as you get closer and closer, it just keeps getting better and better. And oh my goodness, what a treat.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, make a comment. That's what we're told to say.
We're gonna do more cool stuff.
More to come. Oh, and the weather today, high of like 70-ish, between 68 and 70. Very, very windy. Winds were 12 to 14 miles an hour. We were both very comfortable. Well, I was in long sleeves, he was in short sleeves. So there's that.
But also, if it's any chance of rain, you
don't do it.
Don't come out here. The roads, you could see where people came out when it was damp, and there's big ruts, and you're not going to get help. There's one other vehicle. That's all we've seen in the last 6 hours of being out here.
Probably. With all our wrong turns.
Yeah.
Okay. On our way out, we were actually able to see horses close up and enjoy God's creation. There was one particular that's coming up here on the left that we were able to get alongside of and try to coax him to look our way, which he wasn't really wanting to do all that much. And then at the last minute, he started trotting alongside of the truck. And then he decides to cut over in front of the truck. Thankfully, Ken was paying good attention, and we got to watch a little bit of a show as he came across the road in front of us. It was a cool ending to a beautiful day.